How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video on the channel, and this time we are back with the Tyrrell's Last Dance series. We are in the UK. We are at the team's home Grand Prix for the British Grand Prix at Silverstone. So Ricardo managed to win his home Grand Prix all the way back in race number 2. At the Brazilian Grand Prix. Hopefully we can do the team's home Grand Prix right here at Silverstone. We really need to get a good result this weekend as well, after a pointless outing at Magny-Cours last time out at the French Grand Prix. So Mika Hakkinen is now 10 points ahead of us, so we really need to pull. We need a points finish at the very least. We cannot afford Mika or to let Mika get any further ahead. And there's the great turning circle of the Tyrrell there as we head over the start finish line to head into our first qualifying lap here of the British Grand Prix of 1998. The last British Grand Prix for the historic Tyrrell marque before they transitioned over to BAR Racing, British American Racing as it was. So there's no BAR Racing, would be BAR Racing, British American Racing. So the last British Grand Prix for a historic Formula 1 name. So hopefully we can have the name go out with a bang, the way we have done 4 times this season. Picking up another win, as I say, a win desperately needed as we drift our way around there. That was a complete misjudgment of the corner there, but we managed to get round it, no problem at all. So pole position would go a long way to getting it, and there was an issue there. We tried to not get in the way of we tried to get out of the way of our teammate there. Tensions are in there is tension in the Tyrrell garage. With obviously one driver doing a lot better than the other. As we just get ourselves round the last few corners here. We try to ease our way around. We're going to need to ease our way around there. Don't want to get on the throttle too quickly there at all. As we finish our first qualifying lap, we are going to go pole, but there is time left out on the track there, as we saw when we got in the way, or our teammate got in the way of us, not for the first time this season. I don't understand why we are getting all the upgrades. I think second place in the championship would probably go a long way to explaining that to you. But if you need that explained, I'm sure we can have, as one of my old managers would say, a viewpoint adjustment session. Getting right in the way of us again at these corners. I think, are they out to sabotage our qualifying? Yes, they are. They clearly are out to sabotage our qualifying. We need to get past them there. This is serious words we need to have. Ken is, I can see him now on the pit wall. He is apoplectic is the only word that can describe Ken Tyrrell's reaction to that. We are now miles away from him, so hopefully we can guide ourselves nicely around these last few corners here and get across the line. We will undoubtedly have a better time, as we didn't need to do the old 3-pointer, although nice detour over the gravel, not what we needed. As we go round here, that's going to be slow, but if we can be quick anywhere else, that's going to be fine. We're going to take a massive chunk of time off of the timesheet there. That's down a good 8-9 seconds there. So cementing our interim pole position, provisional pole position as it's known as these days. And we're hopefully going to get hopefully we can get a nice couple of laps in here where we're not going to be hindered by traffic. We are going to be hindered by Ricardo's, the intrusive thoughts of going, go across the grass there, Ricardo. Come on, Ricky, go across the grass. He doesn't want to. He has genuinely got a chance to win the World Championship. There is a World Championship there to be won for Ricardo Rosset, the first Brazilian to win the World Championship since the late great Ayrton Senna. Could be Ricardo Rosset. Everyone had hopes for Rubens Barrichello, but Rosset may have just usurped him. In a Tyrrell of all things. The car that would give, or the team, excuse me, that would give Rubens Barrichello his best chance at the World Championship in 2009 could be the car that leads Brazil's newest greatest driver to a World Championship. Think about that. Think of the irony. Think of the irony. As we're going to cross the we're going to cross the start-finish line once again to take more time off of the provisional pole time. This is exactly what we needed. Mika Hakkinen is in the pits, absolutely devastated at the pace that we found today. I don't even think they've not even been the cleanest of laps either, and that's the thing. Mika will be looking there going, there is more pace in that car yet. The home fans for Tyrrell, the Tyrrell's home fans will be, they have been, over the last few years, they have been spoiled by Williams and then McLaren before that. There is the men and women, their grandparents will remember a time where Tyrrell was the great British Formula 1 team. And Ricardo Rosset, of all people, is bringing that back. He is making Great British racing great again. British racing great again. Something along those lines anyway. There is probably going to be, you could probably say there's going to be a British team that wins the World Championship this year. With McLaren absolutely racing away with the World Championship. But the constructors, I think we made a better time again. This has just been outstanding from Big Ricardo. The big man is on fire today. Silverstone would be, I'm not sure of I'll need to check back on the big man's junior categories, but a lot of these guys, as we go across the grass here, a lot of these guys have gone through British Formula 3 at one point. A lot of the guys, British Formula 3 was one where a lot of the Formula 1 drivers would have gone through at one point in time, especially if you're racing Formula 3000 as well. Silverstone is one of these tracks that, because it's been around for so long, these guys have driven before, and Ricardo has shown that he's clearly driven this one before. He is absolutely battering the field so far. As this is going to be our last timed lap as ever, and we'll head into the garage as we come round these S's there, and we go under the bridge. No longer part of the circuit. I think it's still part of a circuit. I think you can still drive on it. I think it might actually get you into the paddock now, as opposed to being an integral part of the track. We're coming around here at 121 already. We might not improve on this one. We have run a bit wide. I don't think we're going to improve on this one. But that'll be the first lap I think that we've not improved on. The wee run over the grass. I think it was after Maggots and Beckett's. I think we were probably just a bit too enthusiastic and trying to pick up some more time. We're a bit too aggressive through that part of the track. That was better. That was a more aggressive line, and I think that one turned out not too bad. Turned out not too bad at all. Going to head to the section. Silverstone is much different now, and here's maybe a controversy. Might not be right now, because the Formula 1 holds different. There's a Formula 1 holds different memories to different people. I much prefer this layout of Silverstone. There, I've said it. This layout of Silverstone I much prefer. Don't know, but the new one, I think it's trying to be a quick circuit at certain parts, and then a slow technical part at others. This one was just this one to me this layout of Silverstone just flows better, if you ask me. So let me know your thoughts on that one in the comments. What is your favourite layout of Silverstone, and what is your favourite? I mean, what is the biggest travesty of a changed layout of a track? Hockenheim, you're not allowed to say Hockenheim. That's just one thing you're not allowed to say, because that's just an obvious one, really. To be fair, not necessarily the Hockenheim. They were hemorrhaging money, they had to sell part of the track. We don't seem to be a pit garage here. This is how lowly Tyrrell are. This is not becoming of your future world, of the paddock that future world champion should be sitting in. So there we are, 4.5 seconds ahead of Eddie Irvine at this point in time, with just over 10 minutes of the session gone. That is absolutely monstrous, and Eddie Irvine has done 4 laps as well. So let's advance half an hour. We might even not, if we're that far ahead, we might even just be able to jump right into the race. Let's have a wee look here. So just under 20 minutes remaining. The McLarens haven't been out yet, which is a concern. But we are still 1.6 seconds ahead of David Coulthard and Michael Schumacher. So they've done 11 laps. So I don't know, is it? Let's skip forward another 5. Let's skip forward another 5 and see what happens here. Because there may not actually need to. We might not actually need to go out. That's how dominant we've been around Silverstone so far, and it's still there. Let's do another 5. I think anyway. We're ahead of Mika, which is good. Yeah, they're not thingy. I don't think they're not catching us up at all. That has been a monstrous few laps there. That's excellent. This is our best qualifying performance this season. Yeah. We don't need to. We can put a fork in it. It's done. I think we are going pole. They've got 1 lap to make up 1.6 seconds. Both of them aren't going to do it. That's a front row finish. We should be on. I think we should be on pole. But let's take a look at the race. That's a monster effort in qualifying. So let's have a look here. We are indeed pole after a monster effort in qualifying. 6 laps only needed, and we have blown the field away. There comes DC on our inside, and Michael Schumacher's coming round the outside as well. This could be hairy. We have lost first place. We have lost first position. It is chaos at the start here. We're down to 12th. That is not what we needed at all. We were pole. We were in pole, as we're now trying to make up the rest of us. We're up to 6th again. There was a Williams holding everybody up there, but that is an absolutely disastrous start. I do think we passed. I think we may have passed Mika there though. He might be onto a pointless run here. We need that Jordan to get out of our way post haste straight enough, so we can. Right, we're up to 5th now, as we pass another Jordan and up to 4th. The race win, I'm not saying the race win is completely out of grasp quite yet, but we do have a lot to do. We need to make sure we don't get any more scuffles with midfielders there. So there is, no, that looks as if it's, so we've got Eddie, we've got 2 Ferraris in front of us. 2 Ferraris in front of us. That was, DC just didn't make the corner there, and he's taken us right out. And we're lucky that we're back up to 4th, but that was an absolute, that was chaotic at the start there. Hopefully our raw speed, because we do know that in a straight line this car is fantastic. We just need to be able to keep up with them. 4th would not be a disaster, but we cannot afford to let Mika Hakkinen get too far ahead of us in the World Championship. Even if we can get even 1 place in front of him, it chips away at the lead. We need to keep chipping away at that lead. Michael Schumacher is the first now. DC's not only has taken me out, he's let Michael Schumacher past, who's the 3rd man in this title race. Here we go. We've got Michael Schumacher, DC. It's Eddie Irvine, so it is DC. I was miscounting there, of course, because I'm 4th. I thought I was still 5th. So there's 2 Jordans behind me. So I need to make up more places. If we can make up more places, Mika Hakkinen isn't in the points. So if we can make up some more places, potentially get a podium, at the very least. There's a Ferrari in front of us, the Ferrari of Eddie Irvine. So we've caught up to Eddie. Ideally, it's not ideal that Michael Schumacher is ahead of us, but it is ideal that Mika Hakkinen is now in a situation where he may leave Silverstone pointless. because we've got a buffer to Michael Schumacher. We're ahead of Michael Schumacher just now. Even if Michael finishes ahead of us, he will leapfrog us in the world driver standings. My goodness, well held there, well held by the big man. Michael will leapfrog us in the world drivers. However, they will not be that far ahead. I mean, that's a manageable gap. If we were to win though, if we were to come back and win and Mika stays out of the points, that would be us level on points once again at the top of the world drivers. We need to finish in the points. The first thing we need to do is finish in the points. DC will be trying everything in his power to keep us behind him to reduce the impact of Mika's pointless race so far. We'll go as we get to the top 6, and we still have 2 Jordans behind us, Damon Hill and Ralf Schumacher. They can stay there for all they want. It would be a great finish for Damon Hill at the British Grand Prix, his home Grand Prix as well. And we're certainly not 2.24 seconds behind David Coulthard. Absolutely not. We're right on his tail. The problem is Michael is getting miles down the road. That's more like it. Less than half a second. Michael is travelling. He is going down that road at a fair rate of knots. Can we pass DC into the corner here? Yes, we can. We've slammed on the anchors. DC's come back on against us. Can we get the undercut? Yeah, no we can't. No we can't. The switchback even. We're not in the pits. The switchback. Oh, we ran just a wee bit too wide, and DC's going to get away with that. That's still the Ferrari of Eddie Irvine behind us. This could be. So every race we have finished in this year, we have either finished outside of the points or we have won. We have not had a points paying finish that has not been a Grand Prix victory. A Grand Prix victory here would be excellent, given the start that we had. Thank you to the man, and thanks to the man in front of us, David Coulthard. However, that's in the past. That was the Saturday. This is the Sunday Grand Prix, the British Grand Prix, the last British Grand Prix that a car with the name of Tyrrell will ever compete in. And we are chasing down David Coulthard, who's got the hopes of a nation on his shoulders to be a British Grand Prix winner. As I've taken another journey over the grass there, that's not good. So we have got 2.5 laps to catch up with David Coulthard, and then pass David Coulthard, and then more importantly, chase down the prancing horse, the bright red prancing horse of Michael Schumacher. Easier said than done. DC hasn't taken a lot of pace out of that corner there. We have slammed on the anchors once again. We've made it stick this time. So we are now hunting down Michael Schumacher with everything that we have under the bonnet of this beautiful, beautiful rocket ship known as the Tyrrell. This could be the hardest fought race. This could be the hardest race win of Ricardo Rosset's season so far. We've had to keep up. We've had to make sure we've kept cars behind us, specifically Eddie Irvine in Brazil, where we had to drive through our side pod. We've had to keep up. We had to make sure that we kept Michael behind us in Montreal. But now we are the ones hunting. We are the ones that are chasing down from second place. As we cross the line, we are 2/3 of the way through this British Grand Prix. We are 2/3 down on our chances to catch up with Michael Schumacher. We should be ahead. But there was chaos at the first corner. As we head through Maggots and Beckett's for the second to last time. If we can stay on the tarmac here, that would keep us a lot. We have done. That gives us a lot of pace to chase down Michael Schumacher on the hanger straight. Coming down now to the slower part, where we've got to keep as much speed going through these corners as we can. We are keeping Michael Schumacher can now see us in his wing mirrors, as they can also see us struggling to keep the car on the track there as we drifted round the corner. We could have done with a lot of that drifting last time out at Magny-Cours. It wasn't forthcoming from Ricardo, but we have Michael Schumacher in our sights here. This could be the turning point of our season. Michael Schumacher is weaving. He's desperate to stay in front of us. Look at him, the old Michael Schumacher's coming out there. Jacques Villeneuve knows what we're feeling right now. Damon Hill knows what we're feeling right now. And many others would feel it in the future. Michael Schumacher, stay in the racing line, man. He's just done enough to keep us behind. He's bobbing and weaving. He's like Muhammad Ali in the boxing ring there. He's floating like a butterfly. And we are hoping to sting like a bee. Come on, Ricardo. One last lap to do this. One last lap on. This is the last British Grand Prix lap that a Tyrrell will ever race. And we tried to do the switchback there. It didn't quite work. We made contact with him, but we are right on his tailpipe. Come on. This could be it. We're on the hanger straight. We've got more pace than him and we're going to go past him. We have overtaken Michael Schumacher to regain first place in the British Grand Prix on the last lap. Come on. Here we go. The British flags, the Union Jacks are flying away. The Brazilian flags are flying away as well. We've just got to keep on the track. Oh my goodness. That was almost a spin. The big man did everything he could to make sure that he kept that on the track there. The nerves are coming to him. There is a bit of a gap now. If this stays the way it is, we're going to extend our lead over Michael Schumacher. And more importantly, Mika Hakkinen is still out of the points as far as I know. We are going to reclaim joint first position in the World Driver Standings. If we can... Oh, back markers. You need to stay out of the way of them. That looks as if it's a Minardi. I hope it's not our teammate who's had a terrible, terrible habit of running into us, not only in the races, but now in qualifying. But we come round the last corner. We need to keep it on the straight and narrow between the white lines as we head over the start-finish line to claim the checkered flag once again. It is the 5th race win of the season for Ricardo Rosset. And it is a much needed race win for Ricardo Rosset as well here at Silverstone. We need to see where Mika Hakkinen finished. That is going to be the big one. Where has he finished? Come on, this isn't loading quick enough. Bloody PS1 loading times. He finished outside the points. Come on! So there we go after a dominant qualifying session where we only needed to do half the laps necessary to qualify. We come back from... At one point we were 12th. At one point we were 12th. This is like Jenson Button in Montreal 2011 levels of comeback. Ricardo Rosset takes yet another race win. We have Michael Schumacher in second, DC in third, Eddie Irvine in fourth, and the two Jordans, Damon Hill and Ralf Schumacher, bringing up the last 2 points positions. A good finish at his home Grand Prix for Damon Hill. Excellent performance and finish for Ricardo Rosset at the team's home Grand Prix. So we move on to the World Driver Standings, and as expected, our 5th win of the season. We have tied with Mika Hakkinen on 50 points once again. Michael Schumacher, it was, as we said, important we finished ahead of him. We've gained another 4 points on him. He's still sitting in second, as it says there, or third. DC and behind him on 32. Then you've got Eddie Irvine, Heinz-Harald Frentzen in 5th there. Then you've got Alex Furz, Damon Hill with another 2 leapfrogs, Jean Alesi, who also has 3. We then have Johnny Herbert and Ralf Schumacher picking up his first point of this season. And it probably is, as you were, in the World the Constructors World Championship, we are sitting in third because of a double points finish for Ferrari. McLaren have actually had the gap closed on them because of Schumacher. A double points finish there for them, so a second and a fourth picks up some more points on DC's third there. So that is us for this one. It's a bit of a different one with the shortened qualifying, and then it was all happening in the race. But I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, please like the video. It would be greatly appreciated. And if you want to see more, please subscribe to the channel as well. It helps get the channel in front of more people who like or who may or may not like the content as much as you do. So yes, so to this point, thank you all very much for watching a very dramatic British Grand Prix, and we'll see you in the next one.